In central India, around the borders of Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh, there is a large piece of land which consists of less mud and many layers of rock in the earth's interior. We call this land as Bundelkhand. Jhansi is the biggest city in this piece of land. Sagar, Lalitpur, Maoba, Chitrakoot and other cities are also existed in this Bundelkhand. 1300 years back, the entire Bundelkhand was ruled by Emperor Harsha. After the death of Harsha, his feudatory Rajputs found Chandeli dynasty and ruled the entire Bundelkhand. These Chandelis had ruled this Bundelkhand with Khajuraho as their capital for 200 years. Because of the barbaric Ghazni attacks, this dynasty was collapsed. After this, these Chandeli Rajputs constructed many forts across Bundelkhand and ruled independently. Now we can see these forts in Jhansi, Chanderi, Kilinjar, Tikamgarh, Orcha. Today we explore the fort of Chanderi, which is 33 kilometers from Lalitpur. On the way to Chanderi from Lalitpur, we come across a beautiful Rajghat Dam on Betwa River. This is the downside of the Rajghat Dam. As a convergence of earth and sky, this dam's upper part is very beautiful. This dam built after the independence. This dam provides agriculture water to lakhs of acres around Lalitpur area. After traveling 15 kilometers in a ghat road from this dam, we can reach Chanderi town. Chanderi town is situated in a small valley with hills on four sides. In medieval times, this entire town was a land fort, and there is a hill fort to the east of this medieval town. There are two gates to enter this town. One is Kati Gate and the other one is Dilli Gate. Right now I am at the Dilli Gate. The fort was built by Kirtipal in 1030 Common Era. After Delhi was captured by Gori Muhammad, he placed his slaves as the Delhi rulers. We call these rulers as the slave dynasty of Delhi Sultanate. This slave dynasty ruler Balban attacked this Chanderi fort and captured it. This slave ruler Balban constructed fortified wall around Chanderi and erected Delhi Gate. When we roam around this town, we can experience beautiful times of medieval age. Raja Rani Palace, Badal Mahal, Kaushak Mahal, Shahjadi Ka Roza, Chaubisi Jain Mandir, Kuni Darwaza, ASI Museum, etc. are the main attractions of this beautiful town. In this seven-story Raja Rani Palace, we can see kings and queens' rooms, bathrooms, chambers, and many places clearly. This structure is the bathing facility of queens and their assistants. These bathrooms were attached to a big nearby well which provide water facility to the bathrooms. Vostri Repura, which is a famous folklore story in Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka states. Based on this story only, a popular Bollywood movie was shot in this Chanderi town. Shraddha Kapoor acted in this movie, which is called Stree. If we want to know the history of Chanderi, we need to know the Delhi politics in that medieval age. Almost 110 years, the Chanderi fort was ruled by Delhi Sultans. But around 1520s, Delhi Sultans were weakened. At that time, all over North India Rajputs were trying to dethrone Delhi Sultans. As part of their attempts, Rajput's biggest king Rana Sangram Singh invited Babur to attack Delhi. At the time, Babur was wandering around Central Asia without any kingdom. By receiving the invitation from Sanga, this wandering Babur attacked Delhi. A war was fought near Delhi. We call it as First Battle of Panipat. In this deciding war, Babur used cannons first time in India. By these cannons, Babur won the war, but Babur didn't get back to Central Asia. As Rana imagined, Babur's intentions were different. He wanted to become an emperor of Hindustan. At this time, Chanderi was captured by Rajputs. After this strategic blunder, Rana Sangram Singh united all the Rajputs of northern India and gathered 1,10,000 army to fight Babur. After the 321st day of Babur's capture of Delhi, a fierce battle was fought between Babur and Sanga in Rajasthan near Kanwa. With 1,000 war wounds on the body and having lost right hand and right eye in wars, Sanga didn't prepare well against Babur's 80,000 army with cannons. Although Sanga's army fought well, because of Babur's cannons, Sanga lost the war. Wounded Rana Sanga was lifted from the battleground on time. By winning this war, Babur's many doubts about India were cleared, and he was enthusiastically preparing for the next bow. Sanga was hid in a jungle with some army, and he vowed not to wear kinghood ornaments until he defeat Babur. Sanga started talks with the feudatory Rajputs to avenge the loss. At the same time, Sanga was in talks with Portuguese to get the cannons. By tipping off about Sanga plans, Babur was also preparing for the next step. Babur knows because of cannons only he won the war. So Babur this time concentrated on Sanga's army and economic resources. At this point of time, Chanderi Rajputs were in a strategic position to help Sanga. Sanga also had many hopes in Chanderi's king Medini Rai. By analyzing these conditions, Babur had chosen a long and forest route from Delhi to attack Chanderi. After 8 months of winning Kanwa war against Sanga, on 20th January 1528, Babur reached Chanderi. At first, Babur asked Medini Rai to surrender and take Shamshabad fort instead. Medini Rai denied Babur's offer and prepared for the war. On the same day, Babur attacked Chanderi town through Kali Gate. Even though Medini Rai's army had fought fiercely, Babur captured the Chanderi land fort. The same night, Babur started attacking the hill fort. By the time Medini Rai had understood that Babur would capture the hill fort within 2 to 3 hours, and Medini Rai made arrangements for Jauhar. Almost 2,000 queens and their children along with their assistants participated in Jauhar, and all the remaining Rajput army had become nacked. By applying the ashes of the Jauhar and chewing tulsi leaves, the Rajputs had attempted their final attack on Babur's army. Even today, the locals of Chanderi praise their Rajput sacrifice on that night. This is the entrance of the hill fort. This hill fort is called Kirti Durg by remembering the name of the Rajput founder. This is the place where 2,000 queens along with their children participated in Jauhar. Before the independence, there wasn't any monument here. But after the independence, government constructed a monument here to remember these Rajputs' sacrifice. We can see the images of the sacrifice on this monument. The other side of this monument, we can see sun, moon and a woman's hand, which means this sacrifice will be eternal until sun and moon exists. Sometime after this sacrifice, Babur captured the hill fort. Babur had broken the Khuni Darwaza and entered the fort along with his army. When he entered, the surroundings of this gate had filled with blood, so the gate got its name as Khuni Darwaza. After some time, Babur entered the house of Medini Rai, and he saw Medini Rai's dead body among hundreds of soldiers' dead bodies. We can get all these details in Babur's autobiography Tujki Babari. As a practice, Babur erected pyramids by using the skulls of Rajput dead bodies to threaten the Rajputs. In this way, Chanderi became a part of Mughal Empire. This is the history of Chanderi Fort. If you like my video, please subscribe, share, comment and like. Thank you.